Glen, just about a win at Ampthill this afternoon. Last gasp kick from Craig Willis giving us the win. Pretty touch and go, but just overall pleased to come away with a pretty hard-fought victory.
Yeah, I think more relief than anything else at the end of that game. I think a bit of a get out of jail free card for us, Shappers, on that one. Fair play to the boys to stick in there towards the end. I mean, first half we were just so far off. And second half, I actually thought we did have a shift in mentality and played a little bit better in the second half. And I think, when we started to do the things that we spoke about all week, in the last 10 minutes, we started to get a little bit of joy and managed to grind out a win in the end. So we'll take the 4 points, but obviously a disappointing performance overall, a lot for us to work on. Yeah,
it's such an old cliche that good teams don't win when they're not playing well, all that kind of stuff. Is that just one of those you just park it and just, we're very, very fortunate to get the win, really?
Yeah, I think, we'll go through it and watch it back and probably think that we were so far off in so many areas of the game. And then, to still get the result obviously is the only pleasing aspect. I think the only real positive that we can actually take from the game. So we'll have to take a little bit of learning from it. I don't think we can completely park it up, but we all know that the mentality and the mental approach to that game was not where it needed to be. We talk about the little things that don't require much sort of talent, our work off the ball, our speed to the breakdown, all those little bits that we were just so far off. And credit to Ampthill, they were right in there. They made our breakdown a real mess, particularly first half, and credit to them, they made it extremely difficult for us.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go, it looked like the writing was on the wall, didn't it? So we have to give enormous credit for that comeback. It was quite something, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, I thought I thought some of the bench men being I thought Burnsy, it was great to see him coming on. He's probably been a little bit frustrated over recent times with lack of game time, and he came in there and such a threat around that breakdown. But then when we sort of came onto the ball with a little bit more pace and we were a bit more physical in the breakdown, it opened up those chances for him around the breakdown, obviously when he broke through a couple of times, and I think that we could have easily lost that game. So the resilience was there, and a little bit of grit, I suppose, that we talk about, but that needs to be there from the off. We have to have it from the off, regardless of whether we're playing bottom of the league or top of the league. So next week now it's obviously teeing us up for a group decider at Coventry back at Ealing.
Yes, just touching on that Coventry game, obviously now a group decider, massive excitement for that, I imagine, because that's I know the fate's in our own hands, but that's going to be a huge test, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we'll go in 4 points in front, aren't we? Yeah. So essentially to winner takes all, and obviously we want to try and we definitely want to achieve top seed, because obviously you get the home advantage then if you're going into the knockouts. So it's a massive game for us, and they obviously came to our place last time a couple of months back in the league and gave us a really tough game, and I think finished 28 all where the sort of points were shared. So we know that's going to be a huge challenge for us, and we're going to have to make sure we dust this one, take our learning pretty quickly, and get ready for a tough encounter back at Valley's Way.
Yeah, the biggest positive from that Bedford win last week was probably the intensity we played at. It just wasn't there today. Was there any particular reason for that, do you think?
$1 million question. I think it was a typical performance from a team that has gone from the ultimately sublime the week before, when battering 81 points, and maybe our mindset wasn't quite there then, thinking that we were just going to come here and do the business without getting the tough stuff done, so to speak, that we speak about a lot. And that's on the coaches as well as the players. But I think today one of the frustrating things was that we seemed a little bit quiet. We didn't seem ourselves at times, and it was only in the last 10 minutes that we started to play the way we know we can. We've got to back ourselves, and a sign of a great team is actually in the face of adversity, so to speak, and we probably waited too long today to sort of show that, and that's probably our biggest learning that we can take from it, and hopefully now we've had that experience here, that doesn't happen again now. We know we've experienced it, we know we learn from it, and we don't find ourselves in that position again where we're suddenly have to chase the game with 10 minutes to go because we've actually not approached it in the right frame of mind.
Is that probably the most important thing, that we almost just kind of learn from this and use it almost as motivation, if you like, for the rest of the season? Because there's a lot of tricky away games like this where you've got to be at your mettle, and we didn't seem like that for the first kind of 75 odd minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. We're obviously been one of the teams that have been up there over the last sort of few seasons. We're the holders of the cup as well, so we have to understand and appreciate that teams are going to want to come and spoil the party, so to speak. And one area that we always speak about a lot, and we spoke quite heavily about it yesterday, was teams trying to take us on with their sort of energy and enthusiasm, and that if you're not at least equal to that or better than it, then you can come unstuck. And I think Ampthill had loads of that today, loads of energy, loads of enthusiasm, really got stuck into us early on in the breakdown, and it took us 70 minutes to respond. So that's the learning that we've got to take away from it.
A couple of fresh legs today, your likes of Ollie Robinson, Shane Buckley back in as well. Good to see those kind of guys getting some game time as well.
Yeah, no, I think Ollie's had a real good pre-season for us. He's really worked hard and deserved his opportunity to play today. It's a shame we couldn't have probably put a bit of a better overall collective performance for him, but it was great to see him stepping up, coming out of university rugby, and he didn't look out of place out there today. And Shane Buckley had an unfortunate injury in pre-season, but he has absolutely worked his plums off to get back. And credit to him, he's been an absolute model professional, and the medical team have done a fantastic job in getting him back. And it's great for him to get out there. I think he had 20 minutes last week off the bench, and then another 50 minutes today. So it's nice that those players are coming in and getting their chance to shine, and and pushing and keeping competition high within the squad.
Yeah, just 2 weeks to go now. Coventry at home, Newcastle at home. Massive 2 weeks before Christmas. Hugely exciting this next fortnight, isn't it?
Oh yeah, huge. I mean, we've got Coventry. It's obviously a group decider. Yeah. They're obviously flying in the league as well. I think they're top four in the league at the minute. So we know what sort of challenge that's going to bring, and then that hopefully lead into what we know is a top two in the league encounter Christmas game at our place. So there's I think there's going to be real excitement around that, and it's probably easy for us to get up for games like that. So that's what we'll probably be in the right frame of mind for those ones, and rightly so. They're the type of games as a player you want to be involved in, but it's when you come, like you alluded to before, to places like this where you really know the true character of the squad, and that's where we take our learning from today.
Ollie, congratulations, your full debut for Ealing Trailfinders today, and just about a win over Ampthill. Tell us how you're feeling after that one.
Yeah, a bit relieved. Fair play to Ampthill, they really turned up today, and obviously last week we came off the back of a really good result against Bedford, so to not really back it up this week is a bit disappointing, but we're looking forward now to Coventry and Newcastle today.
The phrase in that huddle was kind of get out of jail free card. Does it feel a little bit like that after that late comeback?
Yeah, a little bit, but then in all due respect to the boys, we dug in at the end, and to get the result when most things were against us was pleasing.
Yeah, it certainly didn't look like we were going to get that result with about 5 minutes to go. So how pleasing is it that we've really kind of wrestled through and got that win?
Yeah, no, exactly that. Again, like the lads stuck in it at the end, and we managed to turn all the momentum from Ampthill onto our side. So again, credit to the lads for pulling through.
What do you think it was? Because we started brilliantly, didn't we? Scored a try within 2 minutes, but then from then on we just struggled to get that intensity, particularly the intensity that we had last week as well.
Yeah, probably just a bit complacent. We know our structures, we know them inside out now, so it's just to really put ourselves through it, and that was the disappointing aspect, that we scored so early on and we couldn't really back it up. But we're lucky in the fact that we got Coventry next week, we can put those wrongs right.
Yeah, is that just one of those, just you get those in a season, don't you? Not a great performance, but just to get the win is the main thing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, no, exactly that, and we did that just about.
Yeah, for yourself, 80 minutes must be pretty pleased with how you went out there.
Yeah, happy, especially the second half, managed to get a lot more of the ball, and it's always good to get 80 minutes, and I'm just looking forward to really pushing on now. Yeah,
just in terms of that mindset, with about 10 minutes to go, obviously they scored and it looked pretty hard. Was there a particular chat under the posts, or was it just something that kind of sparked us into life a little bit?
We weren't really panicking.
Yeah.
Dicko was really calm with his talks, and I think the key thing from when we talk is you got to back it up, and on the whole, I think we did.
Yeah, positives, obviously still top of the pool, and Coventry to come next week, so it's still fate obviously in our own hands, but that'll be a cracking game next week, won't it?
Yeah, no, that'll be awesome. Really looking forward to it, and then hopefully come away with the 4 points from there as well.